Hi, my name is Sonia from Cosmic Harmony. I'm going to do a tarot reading for you today and see what messages come out. Remember, our outer world and experiences are a reflection of our inner world. So with the tarot, we can look and see what's going on in the outer world and the current energies coming towards us. By looking at our reflection through those stories and experiences, we can dive more deeply into our subconscious, which is creating every moment of our reality. By doing so, we become more aware of those patterns and more apt to heal, discovering who we really are, whole, and what we want to experience. We can choose making creation a more conscious experience. If you'd like a personal reading, email me at the email address down below. Also, there's information about writing stories and world meditations down below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there's a link for that. And lastly, I appreciate any likes, shares, and subscribes. That helps me get the message out there and continue to do tarot readings. Thank you. Hi, this is a collective general tarot message. For any sign. Remember, the energies can go both ways. These messages have been really straightforward lately, and this one it's a really good message. So I've got the overall energy is the spirals of manifestation, and I'm actually going to start by reading this message out of the book to you to see where this is going. And so let me do that real quick and then we'll get started. Okay, so the creative rebellious path of love moves in spirals. It's not linear. Sometimes our mind decides that the way forward is to take clear steps from one point to the next logical point. However, there is a genius within that can guide us on an alternative route. If there is an unnecessary pothole or delay in the typical linear path of progression, the curved loop in the path will be quicker, more fun, and more beautiful. Then why not allow yourself to be guided to that path? This can happen through trust and wisdom rather than rigid adherence to what on the surface appears to be logical progression. You are in the midst of a spiral of manifestation. Something is coming into being, even if you think it's further away than ever before. How amazing it will seem when what you have been dreaming of falls into place. Suddenly, what you have been thinking of creating will plonk into your reality, seemingly out of nowhere, because it was just around the bend, just out of view on the spiral of manifestation, and you could not see it coming. In truth, it was coming all along. This oracle has a message for you. Sometimes when we feel the furthest away from what we want, we are actually closer than ever before. Just one turn on the spiral loop of creation can see your manifestation taking root in the world. You must hold true to your faith and keep working on your progress. Forget about believing it when you are seeing it. Believe it before you see it. Any old soul or young soul can do that. You are bigger and braver, more ancient soul. You have enough chutzpah, I don't even know what that means, to believe it so that you can see it sooner, bigger, and brighter. Do not give in to those who tell you it should have happened already, or that you have failed. They are just suffering from a lack of patience or understanding, as well as arrogant assumption that their notion of timing is somehow superior to the greater divine at play in life. Be in goodwill with yourself and the universe. All is unfolding perfectly, whether you feel it right now or not. This oracle also brings you a message about the perfect synchronicities that are taking place in your life. You may have started to notice these already. When we live from the heart, honor our creative center, and choose unlikely but lovingly rebellious ways to be in the world, we will begin to notice synchronicity every day. It is as though the universe is speaking to us intimately on all matters, which of course it is. This oracle reminds you that there is no point rushing to the bus stop. If you are way too early, you are just wasting your time. Better to live your life at a more appropriate pace and get there in the right time. You don't need the anxiety that comes from rushing towards your destiny. Try not to worry quite so much about the future. You will attract what you want and need so much more enjoyably if you relax and deal with the here and now. Remember, too, that your life path is unfolding in harmony with the paths of others. You will meet with each other for the greatest benefit when you trust in the flow of the one great creative spiral upon which this galaxy spins. Everything is ultimately in harmony with everything else to fulfill the great, big creative intent of the supreme creative force. You're included. Lucky. Okay, so what I'm seeing in this message is that you're probably used to having to feel like you have to make happen what you want to happen. So I'm seeing someone that is like a really hard worker, sees what they want and they go after it and get it. But they are at a point where they have been going after what they want to get and not enjoying what they're doing to get it. So like this will be someone that's like maybe typically enjoys their work, but they're working 60 hours a week, and so it's been like, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I don't want to do this right now. Or maybe it could be even like in a love situation where you feel like you have to better yourself, you have to put in all this effort to get the person that you're looking for. Or maybe it's like you have a dream or a goal or some creative pursuit and you feel like you're not good enough and you have to keep going and pushing, and but it's to the point is not what you're doing, it's how you feel about doing it. Okay. And you're pushing yourself to the point where you're not enjoying it anymore. Okay. And it might be because of something that you feel like is pressing on you. So like you need to pay your rent, right? So, I mean, it could be really important things. Okay. But what I'm showing, okay, there's these messages that are coming out. And I'm going to read this one at the end, but this is the other card I got for the overall is courage. And the courage that is being asked for in this reading is basically, courage comes from being vulnerable, like having your heart open, where you feel like you could be destroyed. This is like, yeah, it's like there's some part of you feel like could be destroyed, but you know that it doesn't matter and you won't be destroyed, even if you're fearful of what you think is going to be destroyed. Does that make sense? So like, for instance, say if it was with like how you feel, you're afraid to tell someone how you feel because you could lose that person and that you feel like would crush you. Okay. For instance, what this is saying is that you're going to do it anyway, knowing that you could have that feeling if it were to happen, but you have the courage to be vulnerable like that because you're like, it's okay if it does, and if I do feel that way, I can handle it because I won't be destroyed. Okay. But the first oracle, one of the first oracle cards from the Moonology deck that I got was bring love into the situation, which is new moon in Aquarius. When your heart is open, when you are connected to the creative force, whatever you believe that creative force to be, you will do everything that you do out of love. So you will love the work that you do. You will be whatever it is that you're doing. And I'm showing that you've got emotions that are running high. And this could have double meaning, meaning that, oh, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Like went away. But meaning that I think that there is a fear that I'm sensing a fear here, and that's why you're being told to like let the love in, because love casts out the fear. It's kind of like love is like the sun shining on the shadows type of thing. It doesn't make it whatever you're afraid of go away, but it shines light on it so you're not afraid of it. Okay. And whatever it is that you feel like you need to get or have or do, it's like your emotions are your anxiety taking over because you're afraid that you won't. Okay. And if you bring that love in, you're no longer afraid of not having it. One technique I use when I'm really afraid of something is I think about, if that something were to happen, would I really be okay? And yeah, usually I can't think of anything. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, it kind of brings me to terms with it, and then I don't have to be afraid of it, and then I don't sit and focus on fear. I mean, it's something that you might be able to do. So this is saying believe in the impossible. So you might be going for something or wanting something that seems like would be impossible for you to have. So yeah, this is just asking you to believe. And if you're having a hard time getting into that space because of some type of fears, or even if you're not, but this is saying meditate and contemplate. But if you are feeling fear or anxiety, take time to meditate on what you're desiring, because if you can train your mind and your body to react as if you already have whatever it is, or that you're okay with what's going on right now, you're going to attract more of that in your life. So, and then there is 2 cards of reassurance. It's this one is showing that you have done your part. You've worked hard for what you want. You've put in your effort, and it's paying off. You don't need to force it to happen. And this says the end of a tough cycle approaches. And with that spirals of manifestation card, it's basically showing that it's like you're at this point of like in the spiral where it's about to shoot upwards for you. It's like what you're wanting is just around the corner, and you need to relax, basically. Because what I'm showing is that in the past, this is you basically not getting things that you wished for. Okay, so like you were wishing for something, you didn't get it. And again, this next card, the 3 of Cups reversed, this is like, can be lack of reunion if it was someone, lack of joy if it was something you wanted to experience. You might be all alone, okay? But what I'm showing is that with the wheel, the things are turning in your favor. I'm just showing that you're not seeing it maybe in your physical reality yet, but it's right there ready to come in. It's showing you being the Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay, but the Queen of Wands, like, if you can see the picture of her, she's super confident. Okay, The Queen of Wands attracts. She doesn't force, she attracts. She doesn't have to like go out and get people. She attracts people to her because of her confidence, and she knows that who she is and what she is. And she knows that she's beautiful. And so it's like things just come into her, like people come to her. And so it's like be suggesting to be in that energy. Okay. Now, the next one. We've got the Two of Wands reversed. And that the underlying energy for that is the Hierophant. This could be a Taurus. But what this is actually saying is that, like, you've chosen the path, like what you want, and it may defy logic or not make sense to other people. So like say you wanted to do something creative, okay? You're following that path of doing the creative thing, but say it's not bringing in a lot of money. People might be coming in and being and saying things like, oh my God, how are you going to pay this? How are you going to do that? Why don't you just go get a real job? Stuff like that. And this is saying that basically keep committed to your vision, basically your goal. This could have, it could be something that is spiritual in nature. It also could be that there's someone coming in that is going to direct you on your path in a non-traditional way. The Hierophant represents like traditions, commitments, marriage, institutions, but with the Two of Wands reversed, it's like it's like basically suggesting that it's like commitment to a path that's not necessarily traditional or what other people would expect, I guess. But it's being true to yourself. And then here you are taking that path with the Three of Wands. Okay. And we've got the Prince of Swords reversed with it. This could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But this is just basically saying to slow down and find that happiness in the here and now, and don't push so hard. Don't try and force the outside world to conform to what you want, because you need to be confident that what you want is coming to you, and so you don't have to force it, okay? But now for the advice. The first two cards I got was the Hanged Man. This could be an Aries, if you're dealing with an Aries, and the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Pentacles brings abundance, and look, oh, these cards are so cool. This is the Starman deck. It's like David Bowie themed, but look at this. See how this is the seed, the pentacle, right? And see the roots that it's got, the root system it has. This is going to grow into something really stable and strong. And what this is suggesting is that you just need to have the right perspective on it. Like all you need to just basically change your perspective in knowing that this is what is coming to you. This is what you're going to get. You don't have to force it. It's something that is being attracted to you. Okay? So keep your mindset there. And then you got the King of Swords, which is an Aquarius. It could also be a Libra or Gemini. But this guy, I believe, is like the energy that it's asking you to embrace is clear knowing of what you want. like keep your focus on your goal, the thing that you are looking for. Like, don't get distracted by all these other things, because you are the Starman, which is also the Magician in the regular tarot deck. So it's saying that you are attracting, you're bringing into being what you're thinking about. Basically, you are manifesting. So where your focus is what you're going to be manifesting. If you're focused on your lack and your fears, that's what's going to be coming into your life. And so it's saying to keep your focus where you want it to be, or like what you want in this life. And it's going to take that courage, knowing like, hey, I really want to pursue this passion of mine, this thing of mine, but I don't know how these things are going to get paid, right? Okay, so you have to like have the courage to follow keep your heart open, follow what you love, and know that the universe will take care of it, because it's like you have access to everything right now. It's about changing your perception and being able to see it. Okay, and then the last card, like I said, it's courage. Okay, I'm going to read the courage card, and then that is all for the daily message, collective message for any sign. Okay, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, you can comment below. That helps me get the message to more people. Okay, so I got, the warmth of your open heart can give comfort to all who cross your path. The root word for courage is cœur, which is French word for heart. Courage comes from the heart. It's an inner strength guided by love, which seeks truth and justice. When you have courage to be your true self, you start to feel empowered to act and live in ways true to your own soul without any illusion. Ganesha is urging you to let down your guard and stop wearing a mask. Begin to have more respect for yourself as well as others. Beware of making harsh judgments about yourself and others. When you come from the heart, you will find that you can relate to others. Your innate gifts will be able to shine through. You are capable of leadership and achievement and inspiring others to succeed through your own success. When you draw this card, it is a sign that your ability to cooperate and thrive in pure ventures with like-minded individuals is heightened. Be willing to do what is needed for things to run smoothly for you. Ganesha promises success if you are willing to let down your walls. He is pictured here on the powerful lion, inherited from his mother Parvati. The lion represents the fierce nature of Ganesha. He calls on you now to trust the fearless part of your being, your inner lion, and invites you to work with him to learn how to be valiant and harness your heart's great courage. All right, so I will see you next time. Thank you.